and I will be reviewing this Grape Gummy Bears No Cap Soda Pop. Albanese is the brand here. I got this in Five Below. This has no calories, no sugar, no caffeine, no artificial colors, electrolytes, vegan, gluten-free, non-GMO. It does not have a lot of ingredients in it, and not a lot of weird stuff. Carbonated water, citric acid, natural flavors, potassium citrate, whatever, fruit and vegetable juice, blah, blah, blah. I'm just looking to see if this says anything about shaking it. For best results, enjoy 2 servings daily. That's interesting. And this is just one serving. I will now be doing that because these are $2.50 each. I wonder how it is. I saw it. They had one other flavor. It smells gravy. Not bad. You know, basically, because no sugar, no calories. It has a duller grape taste, but the grape taste is still pretty solid. I'll keep drinking that and review it, but I do want to get into these. But before they start cooling off. I was at Five Below because I went back to the doctor yesterday. I went a month ago. I went back. They had to take extra blood work. There was stuff in the blood work last time, so I have to lay off some stuff. I'm not going to talk about it fully until I get the full scoop. But he told me to lay off a couple of things and stuff. So I took some more blood work. I had to take cholesterol blood for a cholesterol test as well, which I couldn't do last time because I had eaten. I didn't realize. I should have realized. And so I had to fast. I was fasting for 15, 16 hours. But until I find out everything that's up. I'm not going to really discuss it. But I did go. And then I went to the mall afterwards again. I was starving. I'm like, when I got some Chick-fil-A because there's one in the mall. When you guys was commenting, saying that I think it's Jade Express in the mall is really good Chinese food, so I need to check that out because I've seen it a few times. But yesterday I just needed something immediate. Then I went into Five Below and saw that. I was like, all right. That's not bad. There's something I could drink. A can. $2.50 a can. Not a ton. They had a strawberry flavor there too. I'm gonna go an 8 on this one. It's nice. It's got the grape flavor, nice, and it's dull, but it's not too dull to where I'd just be like it's a diet. It tastes better than a lot of diet sodas. I would definitely drink that again, and I do want to try strawberry. If anyone's had those no cap sodas, let me know. maintaining that grape taste, which is nice. Yankees won Game 3, so they did push a Game 4. Judge did well. He typically doesn't do great in the playoffs. We all know this. But he came through clutch, and they won. They were down 6-1 in that game, too. I was like, wow, they're going to get destroyed again. They ended up winning 9-6. The Mariners beat the Tigers 8-4, so they're up 2-1 as well. And NHL started last night. It was only a few games. Panthers beat the Blackhawks 3-2, I believe. Penguins beat the Rangers 3-0. And I want to say the Avalanche won 4-1 over the Kings. The Islanders don't play till Friday, I believe. I'm filming this on Wednesday. Or Thursday. Maybe they play Thursday. This is Wednesday, right? 10-8. I gotta look this up. Anybody from the UK, let me know if you've had this. Because I really wanted this to come here and it didn't. Let me get to it real quick. From the old Snack-O-Later. I saved it because I knew I would bring it up in a video. Where are you? They have a gingerbread flavored Doritos and gingerbread flavored Pepsi. If any of you over there, let me know how it is. It is just saying, and it says in the UK, alright, so it's all of the UK, not just Britain. Let me know, anybody who's been over there, let me know if you've had these gingerbread Doritos or the gingerbread Pepsi. Let me know if you've had it and how it is. Because it's funny how many people hated the gingerbread Mountain Dew or whatever it was, right? That was one of the first reviews I did. I really liked it. So I'm curious how that one is. I've seen some people in comments talk about getting it over there. Some thought it was okay. Some were like, what the hell? I've not heard anything about the Doritos. So if anybody's had those gingerbread Doritos, let me know. I'm like, oh man, I would love to just try that. But if you're in the UK, let me know if you had either of those, what you thought. Watched VHS Halloween last night. It was good. I like the VHS movies. All of them except, I can't remember which one it was. There's a bunch now. You had VHS, and then VHS 2. Then you had Viral, 99, 85. There's Halloween. There might be another one in there too. They're the little short, they get directors in, and there's like 3 or 4, maybe 5 separate ones, and then there's one that continuously goes throughout. Like it starts in the beginning and then it's at the end. It bookends it, and then in the middle they do one each time, like a little piece of the overall one, I guess you'd call it. This one was it was kind of interesting. It was like a soda they were testing on people, and it was like 1% poltergeist juice or something in it, so people are like blowing up and they're not getting possessed properly and stuff. And the guy keeps testing it on people, and to bad results most of the time. That's the thing that continues throughout, in the beginning and the end, and then in between each story. They're all Halloween-related stories. They're all, if you've seen the VHS movies, they're very over the top. They get out of control, gore and stuff. They're good though. This one was good. There was a lot involving trick-or-treating. killer that works at like a photo shop. Like I said, two involved trick or treating. One ended up becoming like they get stuck in this house, and then it turns into not trick or treating. The other one, these people also get grabbed. It's like take one, and these weird candy bars they never heard of, and they take more than one, and the bowl like catches them in this warehouse, and all types of crazy stuff starts happening. And then the last one was another one. Oh, there's another one that was these people. I guess this same thing, kind of Halloween thing. They went into this place and stuff happened. This phone rings and stuff starts happening. People's eyes come out, and then the guy who survives talking to the people, the cops, and then they go back. Stuff starts happening again. Those are good. I'll just ramble a few minutes here, finish this up. 16 ounces. I was curious how much that was. I was happy. I was able to get an Uber yesterday as well to the doctor very quickly. And the guy in the Uber was talking to me about how like he was the only guy kind of in this area for a bit. And I was like, I call earlier because there was a time where I was in town trying to come back and I could not get one. There was none available. And I was trying for like a half an hour. So that concerned me, but now I feel a little more comfortable getting them. Because all of a sudden I'm like looking, I'm like, okay, my appointment's at 1:45. I'm like, it's 12 o'clock. I'm just going to try again early like I did last time. I tried a little bit. Last time I went even earlier. I think I had a 3:45 appointment. Or 3:30 or whatever. And I tried it like 2 hours ahead or 2.5 hours ahead. It was ridiculous. But because I get nervous. I'm like, I can't, I don't want to, I'd rather wait at the doctor than have to worry about getting there. And then all of a sudden it was like, oh, we'll be there in 10 minutes. I was like, oh shit, but the guy was talking to me saying that stuff. And I was like, yeah, I tried. I'm like, I couldn't get one once, and it makes me nervous because, once again, like I said, when I was on Long Island, it was like, if you wanted an Uber, I mean, I wouldn't even necessarily need an Uber most of the time because I could hop on a train. There's buses, I could walk to places, but, if you want to get to certain places, you still would have to get an Uber, and it's like, there's 20 floating around, like they're everywhere. But that was good to hear that he does it, other people do. Because I was like, hey, I'm a person that needs them. Not that I'm taking them constantly. I will take it again when I go back in November to the doctor again. But and I'm always throwing a nice tip. I'm like, you know why? I'm like, I'm going to throw a nice tip because I don't do it a lot. I don't take the Ubers a lot. And I appreciate that I'm able to get to these places because it's such a different, when I went to the doctors in New York, when I was in Massapequa, I just walked to them. When I was in Islip, I still had the same doctor, regular doctor in Massapequa. I didn't change it. And it was funny, but I would just be able to take the train right from Islip to the Massapequa train station. And his office was literally like 2 minutes from the train station. And then he moved to Seaford. And I was like, oh shit. And then I was like, it didn't matter because I would just take the train for Seaford, cross the street, and same thing. It was like 2-3 minutes from the train station. He was right on Sunrise Highway, next to the Wendy's. If you live in that area, you would know where this is. I don't know if he's still there or not. Wasn't that long ago. I was going there still in 24. But, so I was able to get, and even when I went to when I went to the specialist and I got the endoscopy and stuff, and that stuff was all in the same building, and that was in Bayshore. I walked there. It was maybe like a 45-minute walk from that. Maybe not even from the house, from that apartment. I didn't mind doing it because I like walking. When I got driven there once, and then picked up because when I had the endoscopy, you gotta have someone there to drive you. But Here, it's like I can't walk there. It's too far, and it's not walkable. There's not enough sidewalks. I would not risk walking. That I would take a risk. But it's nice to know that I can get these Ubers, But anyway, egg and cheese sandwiches, eating them, rambling a little bit. No cap, grape gummy bears, soda pop. This is pretty good. I give this an 8 out of 10. It has a solid grape flavor for something that has no calories and no sugar and no caffeine. Yeah.